Welcome back. OpenLine. Here we are talking about.
We're just talking about SportsLine, and here we are back.
SportsLine's coming up next. Tim Takacs is here, elder law, talking about trust.
We're talking about trust, and one of the things that we talk about is trust and probate avoidance. And some people say, "Well, I've got a will. That means I don't go through probate, right?" And I said, "Well, no, it means you go through probate." All right, now probate. Okay, how does property pass from one person to another? People have been dying for centuries, and somehow stuff gets down. One is by operation of law. So if you own property jointly, co-owners, you die, automatically say your spouse owns it. Okay, don't have to go to probate, don't have to do anything. Second way is by contract. Like a life insurance policy, you have a beneficiary designation. That's a contract between you and the insurance company. It says, I die, pay this person. Or like a payable on death in the bank. I die, pay that person. That's a contract between you and the bank. And the third way is by some sort of statement. All to Ma.
Right, the shortest will.
Shortest will. Write it out. All to Ma in her own handwriting. That's a written statement. And that's what a will is.
Okay.
Okay. So if those assets lack any other way in which they're going to get to those, to where you want it to go, then that written statement is going to go all to Ma or whatever it is. And if you don't have one, the court, then you're going to go to probate court anyway, because the state of Tennessee says, well, if you don't have any of those things, here's how it's going to go. Your spouse, your children,
they'll decide for you.
They'll decide for you.
It'll go somewhere.
It'll go somewhere, yeah.
And they'll decide for you.
There are very seldom, does property escheat, what they call it, to the state, because there's going to be some heirs somewhere. The state of Tennessee doesn't want it. Yes.
To those you leave behind to have a roadmap.
Right.
Otherwise, there is fighting and there is chaos.
People come into our office, when they have what they call a final meeting, and we've got everything set up, and they go, "Okay, Daddy died. Now what do we do? It's all set up."
Yeah.
Do we have to go through probate? No. Do we have to run an ad in the newspaper? No. Everything is all set up. Here's all. Here's a few steps that you have to do. No probate.
All right, we have to break. Take a break. Be back right after this.